Hello students, you are welcome in the Economica YouTube channel. As we are going to discuss here previous year questions from GS Economy for Civil Service targeted for UPSC 2026 mains. Agriculture sector is being discussed here. Previously you have listened a number of questions which I have been discussed, and today very important questions asking in 2019. 15 marks questions, 250 words you have to write down on this question. In answer, what are the reformative steps taken by the government to make food grain distribution system more effective? First of all, you have to find out the key point of these questions, and what is the key point? Main reform or main steps taken by the government, reformative steps taken by the government to make this food grain distribution system more effective. This is your key point. On the basis of key point, you have to introduce yourself within 25 word limit. Rest of that round about 200 words you have to write on the explanations, what kind of reformative steps taken by the government. If I summarize these questions, you can easily understand. Since 1960, government for the eliminations of the problem of poverty, deficiency of food grain among the poor, we started public distribution system. Later on in 1997, it was termed as and reformed under targeted public distribution system. And since 2013, government introduced Food Security Act for the weaker sections of the society. And round about more than 80 crore people presently under the Pradhan Mantri Garib Anna Kalyan Yojana are being provided free of cost food grain up to 5 kg per person in case of general household family, as our National Food Security Act permitted, and priority households family member, each member are providing 7 kg food grain free of cost. Under this targeted public distribution system, this is the main reform which is done by the government. And what is the main purpose? To make more effective this a multiple program introduced by the government of India. I will discuss here one by one so that content first of all you clear, after then how you can write down a good answer on the basis of this content. I will explain that it is within word limit. You know, I discussed the 3 point till now. Public distribution system, under which say and so provide the food grain, kerosene oil priorly. Recently some other item also included in this Food Security Act, so that we can provide the nutrient-full food grain to our weaker sections under Pradhan Mantri Garib Anna Kalyan Yojana free of cost. Presently this is provided. And what are the major reform or effective reform taken by the government to make this system more effective? You can take multiple reforms are there, but in your 250 words, or you have to write down on explanatory not only 200 words, you will summarize these. Number first, as you can see, computerization and digitization. Computerization and digitization. What is the main purpose of computerization of digitization? For making it more effective. Number first, you can see all the public distribution system or targeted distribution system since Digital India program introduced by the government have been digitalized. Ration card is digitalized, you know, JAM, Jandhan account, Aadhaar and mobile linked by the government under this computerization and digitization system of the government of India. That system will online allocations and targeted food grain. Online allocation of food grain, targeted section of the society, use of electronic point of sale under this program are the main thrust of the government of India. Aadhaar seeding, as I discussed recently, JAM, Jandhan account, Aadhaar and mobile linked by the government under the Aadhaar seeding program so that the fake persons who are getting the benefits of public distribution system can be eliminated and government effectively eliminating them. One ration, one nation, one ration card is. What is the purpose? What is the motto? If I quote you an example, 2017 or 18, there is the hunger death in Bareilly of Uttar Pradesh. A women lack of availability of Aadhaar card, unable to get these kinds of facilities of food grain. That is why Government of India introduced one nation, one ration card. She were died, deficiency of food grain, she were died. But after the implementation of one nation, one ration card, any person who is eligible under this scheme can purchase the food grain from any fair shop across the India. Means now migrant labor is able to purchase the ration from any shop. For example, I quote you the example, a number of labor migrated from Bihar to Delhi. And if they have the Aadhaar and ration card, they can purchase the food grain from any fair shop in Delhi in any region without any difficulty. End-to-end computerization. As I priorly discussed with you, the main purpose of digitalization and end-to-end computerization is what? Tracking of the food grain procurement as well as distribution. Because priorly there is a huge corruption in distribution of food grain. A number of persons are unable to purchase these products from the fair shop, but now due to end-to-end computerization policy of the Government of India, government can track the food grain procurement, how much is purchased from the farmer, storage in the Food Corporation of India, storage or warehousing, and how much out of it distributed among the weaker section under the different PDS system program. Number fifth one is more important, installations of GPS devices. You know, GPS devices review and can see where the food grain is going or transportation is taking from warehouse to distributive places or not, or somewhere one person is purchasing or procuring this produce. Means multiple defects minimized by the installation of GPS system for the procurement and distribution of the food grain. Transportation also food grain also visualized by the GPS system. As you know, direct benefit transfer. Priorly there is the indirect subsidy, but now the direct subsidy. Our weaker section will purchase the food grain at market price from the fair prices, but the subsidy provided on these food grain automatically transfer in the beneficiary account. In this way, by the use of direct benefit transfer scheme, government completely eliminate the intermediaries between consumer or weaker section, you can say, and government agency. All the intermediaries eliminated by the scheme of direct benefit transfer. Number 7, strengthening vigilance and social audit. This is necessary. I quote you, one my student who qualify in my institute, PCS Uttarakhand. She were allotted the post of food supply officer in Uttarakhand. And she told me, sir, there is a huge corruption in the system. All the food grain allocated for the weaker sections purchased by the very powerful persons in that society, and I have to sign that paper under the pressure. I can't do anything. But now, as you can see, there is the strengthening of vigilance and social audit. If strengthening of the vigilance, then who can dare to make any kind of corruption in the system? There is the less possibility. Means regular inspection of the fair price shops is there. Second, public participation and grievances redressal mechanism to improve accountability, that is social audit mechanism. In this way, the minimum possibilities of corruption in the system by the strengthening of vigilance and social audit. And last point, National Food Security Act, which I explained priorly, which were introduced in 2013, and since then our weaker section are getting food grain under the public distribution system free of cost without any corruption in the system, and now our food grain distribution system is more efficient, more effectively working, targeted groups are getting the benefits, and you can see prior it is not possible. It is possible only because of digitalization, accountability in the system, transparency in the system, which have been introduced through these kinds of multiple reforms done by the government of India. Now you are very clear about that, student, about this question's answer, student. Any query you can ask me one by one, you can understand these points very easily. Now come on the issue how you should write in word limit and time limit. As I again and again discussed with you this point, you have to write these questions within 10 minutes. You have in your hand only 10 minutes to write this question. Introduction within 1 minute or 25 words. Conclusion within 1 minute or 25 words. Expansion within 8 minutes or 200 words. Now you are clear? If time management is there, word management is there, only you have to utilize the previous knowledge which I discussed here in this answer of question. What will be the good introduction for you? As I told you, you should find out the key point of this question. And what is the key point? You can trace it from the question. The reformative steps taken by the government to make food grain distribution system more effective. Multiple steps taken by the government to make effective distribution system through the digitalization, more transparency and accountability by the use of multiple reform policies. You will one by one discuss here, or you can make 2 and 3 para under which you can elaborate all those programs which I discussed with you under explanation, and finally conclude. If we compare before 2013 and previous year 2000, before the digitalization of India, there is the huge corruption in the system of PDS system. Least persons were getting the benefit of targeted group are not getting the adequate benefit of this program, but now that is getting 100% beneficiary. Only few persons are there. They can also eliminate by the implementation of more effective digitalization policies of the government of India. Or you can more summarize this one according to your requirement. Thank you, student, today. As I priorly told you, I again explain you, since 1st July onward, I am going to discuss only the expected questions for Civil Service 2026 mains from GS Economy. I again clear you, there are certain topics which you have to keep in mind: national income, social economy, agriculture, industry, financial sector, foreign sector, infrastructure, and different investment model. There are 8 topics, and out of 8 topics, if you prepare round about 60 or 70 questions, I will give you only the question, their structure of answer in my explanation. Rest of the subject content matter you have to search out. I will elaborate here, I will discuss, but not according to your requirement as you are needed. You can ask me any further questions regarding that kinds of expected questions. Thank you, student.